April 24th, 2012 was the day we met and said hello to Clementine, and March 26th could be the day where we say goodbye to Clementine. So if you're interested in understanding the possibility of Clementine dying in the final episode of the final season, stay tuned. So Clementine and AJ have had quite the discussions when it came to the hints of Clementine's death. The first ever teaser we got included a clip discussing what AJ should do in the unfortunate case of Clementine dying, in which just ends with a black screen, leaving it as a cliffhanger for the player to interpret the decision without any sort of confirmation of what Clem told AJ to do in that scenario. Yet in Broken Toys episode 3, that conversation got brought up again, except this time the player could decide what to do in the dreaded outcome of Clem possibly dying. We told AJ to shoot Clem, or we told AJ to run away. This obviously resembles the most famous choice in the series, where back in season 1 episode 5, Lee can tell Clem to either shoot him or to leave him and go. Both leads up to the same outcome of Lee dying, but it just depends on the player's outlook on survival and whether it's same for a 9-year-old child to shoot her protector to save him from the transitioning of becoming a walker and set him at peace forever, or if shooting Lee is a bit more selfish and Clementine should leave him to protect the little innocence that she has and will only have in this terrible world of having the dead try to kill you, of course. Now, episode 3 allows you to have a joking behavior with AJ when he brings up Clementine dying, right? Which he laughs for a bit, but will ultimately tell you to stop and be serious. This is pretty much the game telling you to stop clowning and really do think about the possibility of Clem dying. Or, of course, you can follow on the conversation with a more serious tone, which AJ actually finds uncomfortable later, which just shows that he is not very happy with the thought of Clementine dying anyway. Either choice you pick, whether you say you must shoot me or leave me and run away, AJ doesn't like the thought.
Shoot.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
AJ, you promised.
I don't care. I'm not gonna shoot you.
And neither should the player, aka us, right? But considering that this will be the final episode, there will be no long-term repercussions or consequences for what Skybound need to look out for. If they really want to, they can cut up AJ's armor and not have to think about it for long term, as this is the final episode of the final series, which means there isn't a follow-up to our knowledge anyway, so that really does increase the likelihood of a big plot point like Clementine's death. However, I do find that the constant reminding of Clementine dying does feel a bit weird in my opinion. In season 1, Lee dying wasn't a big thought, but in season 4 it is. Maybe it is done to kind of worry us about how Clementine's plot armor is no more, which in my opinion could kind of suggest that she will see it through to the end of the final episode alive. Maybe not healthy and well, but alive, because it would have been a bigger and better plot point if it wasn't mentioned so much. I do think that Clementine dying is not a far-fetched thought and is very likely to occur in the final episode, especially with Skybound and Telltale not shying away from multiple endings. The thought of Clementine being dead in one playthrough and alive in another isn't a stupid or an unrealistic thought in my opinion. I think it's very common and probably the most likely option to occur, for her to be dead in one playthrough and for her to be alive in another playthrough, aka multiple endings. So what do I think? I think Clementine dying is very possible, and I do see her getting hurt in some way, possibly dead, probably maimed, but I'd be very shocked if Clementine survives this episode alive and healthy. There will probably be some sort of 3 endings, a good ending, an in-between ending, and the bad ending, which of course is all very subjective. A good ending could have Clementine alive, the in-between ending could have Clementine somewhere in the middle, you know, alive but dead, or just plain out dead. However, this will also link us to what I need to talk about. Will AJ even survive? All this conversation is about Clementine dying, and obviously AJ is surviving as the next generation of survivors against the walkers. Lee's death wasn't really mentioned anywhere in season 1, except of course that one conversation with Chuck. The fact that AJ being dead of course is not a thought is very easy to kind of forget. It's always Clementine dying and not AJ. So what if one of the endings is AJ dying? Clementine survives but AJ dies in one ending, and Clementine dies but AJ survives in one. Clearly Clementine's not the only one with a big presence in the season. Of course AJ has one too, and that just leaves it, do you think that AJ could even survive? Or do you think all the death, all the predictions, all the choices that we will make in episode 4 will all lead up to Clementine dying or surviving, or somewhere in between? Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and comment. Be sure to give me a comment to make sure I know what you have to say. Tell me what you guys think. What do you think the possibility and the percentage of likeliness of how Clementine will survive? Or will Clementine die? No one knows. I personally don't think she will have a very, very high chance of surviving. I think she's more likely to die, in my opinion. If I had to give you a percentage, probably 65 to 70%. What would you guys give as a percentage to Clementine dying? Leave it in the comments down below. Subscribe if you're new, like the video if you did, and dislike it if you didn't. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, and in a bit.